Okay, so welcome, Billy. Thank you for joining me today in this series of chats about money frequencies and how knowing our money frequency can help us grow our healing businesses. Certainly made a huge difference to mine. So, would you like to share with everybody a little bit about what you do and how you help people as a healer?
Yeah, so yes, I'm Billy Rose, and I really work with bringing through the divine feminine and particularly working with the embodiment of the divine feminine. And this manifests in sort of two areas. One of them is through making jewelry with crystals. I work with ceremony, so it's really encoding those beautiful feminine elements into the jewelry, and it's bespoke. And then the other side of what I do is creating really beautiful, nourishing, safe spaces for women to, yeah, just a safe space to connect with themselves.
Beautiful. Yeah, sounds gorgeous. Gorgeous. Yeah. So, and I know your work is very popular with people like us. So it's lovely that people can hear you talk about it today. Now, no surprises for anybody who knows the money frequencies. You're a romantic frequency, and you've got the perfect backing for that. So tell us what that really means, because when people sometimes get the romantic frequency or see it, they kind of think, so what has that got to do with, relationships and loving? But it's not about that, is it?
Um, so I kind of really struggled with it at first, and I felt a lot of shame, and I really felt, what is a romantic? I'm not a real healer. It's when you look at some of this gifts, it's abundant and luxurious, and I looked at these on Google, and it's like sinful pleasure seeking.
Mm.
But for me, in my business, it is really about bringing in those beautiful quality elements. That's really an expression of heartfelt love. That's how I experience it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get you. I think some of the money frequencies have got names that, like we all want to be nurturers maybe, but we don't so much want to be accumulators or something. Maybe that's just healers, I don't know. But we need to kind of own it for ourselves, don't we? And obviously that's what you've done, because every nurturer, which is what I am, or every romantic, which is what you are, we're different. Yeah. So I just seen somebody saying hello. Apologies, I can't see your names, but if you're watching live or via the forum, please, 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 please give Billy lots of love. These are brave times when people come on to share. So please give her some love, some hearts, and share with her, share with us any insights or any ahas you're getting from what we're sharing. Yeah. So back to your romantic frequency. So yes, so what we always want to do with the money frequencies is own them as our strengths. And very often we're not surprised when we see them, because you were already doing this work, weren't you?
Yeah.
Before you knew you were a romantic frequency. So I'm hoping that it also confirmed to you that you were on the right track.
Yeah, definitely. And I've listened to other people speaking this week in these lives, and I felt like a theme of us really having permission to accept ourselves. So the romantic frequency manifests in all areas of my life, and if I'm truthful, I kind of denied it for a long time, which I've heard of other people speaking as well. So it's really giving myself permission to feel into that, and feeling into the fear that I have of showing it and just welcoming it, and then just, yeah, giving myself permission to indulge in it because it's going to raise my vibration. So the small things that really matter to me, that another romantic or someone on another frequency might necessarily put in their business, but they can feel. So I everything in really beautiful quality tissue paper with gold flecks and a gold ribbon. And it's very intentional that someone really feels that when they receive it. And I think that's part of the journey as well, of really unraveling luxury. So for me, it's not about kind of, we often see mainstream luxury as something that doesn't really last very long. It can be very kind of surface level. But for me, it's like when somebody feels that, they can feel the love, the attention that's gone into it. And also, what I really love about it is I think it invites us to move away from consumerism. Because yes, if I make you a necklace with crystals and I indulge in this beautiful ceremony and create this wonderful, loving experience for you, it's not going to be really cheap. But like, wow, you get this necklace, and it's something to treasure for a lifetime. It's not just sort of something very passing, if that makes sense.
Well, it's bespoke, isn't it? Which is totally part of your signature. Totally part of it, allowing, because I think, and maybe we can just explore this together. Somebody, and again, excuse us if we can't see your name, but somebody's saying hello to you and they made a mala with you. So your fans are gathering. Often as women, particularly, maybe men too, but let's just keep it to women, we have difficulty giving things to ourselves, don't we? We have difficulty receiving and allowing that luxury in. So can you share a little bit about that and the romantic frequency and how your work promotes that?
Yeah, so that again is one of the things that I really love to do. It just warms me up inside and maybe somebody has never really felt that in their life, or maybe they have a few times, but to have something made for them where they are the only person in the world that's being thought of at that time, and it's made with so much love and intention. That to me is such a nourishing gift, and I hope that that's what people are receiving when they receive the gift, just like a real invitation of indulging in beautiful, nourishing pleasure and everything that comes with it. And again, that it came in my mind there, something that really lasts for a long time. I kind of love the idea that if someone wears a mala from me, that if they're having a hard time, they in a sense, they know that I'm there because I'm part of the mala too. So it's like ongoing support.
Yeah, how beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah. So that's so important. If there's anybody else listening who has the romantic frequency, and you can find that out by doing my free money frequency quiz. I hope that I invited Bille for many reasons, but one of them because I just knew that you are so the kind of total image and archetype of the romantic. You represent it so beautifully. So thank you for sharing all that with us. So what I'm hearing you saying is that knowing your archetype, and one of the reasons of knowing our archetype, or also money frequency is the word that I usually use, we know that that's our strength. It's who we are. It's who we are in our lives, personal lives. It's kind of how life speaks to us. It's how we've embodied ourselves this time to experience. And so expressing that through our businesses is key. So how did this confirmation, and you've maybe already said it sort of before, but let's just kind of like nail it in a few sentences. How did knowing you were a romantic frequency help you grow your business?
In many ways, it gave me permission to indulge in things that I had found myself being like, oh, don't buy that, don't invest in this. And I'm also feeling more at this time, and it's something that I'm now working is really looking at the challenges of the romantic, and mine is being indulgent in my spending. And I've recently realised this week and through
the reboot, your money
yes,
shack.
That I think part of my fear of really getting into my business is knowing that I have this tendency to spend. So by knowing my frequency, knowing my challenge, I can now work with this challenge to create containers and work on my spending so that I can let go of that fear and really kind of allow myself to go for it in my business.
That's so clear. And all of the money frequencies have this kind of tipping point. We all have something where we're in balance, where we're maybe over or under. We all have them. And the key is knowing it, because this now has confirmed to you, not just for your business, but for your life as well. So maybe let's just reframe this for you as well. When a romantic is in beautiful balance, as you're learning to be, she can then put money aside because she's taking care of her money, because she knows it's sacred, to indulge herself. But it's a conscious choice.
Yeah. And I just, when you were saying that, it also resonated with, so I remember when Sally spoke and she talked about with her frequency, I think she said she was an accumulator. She really needed to allow herself to spend so that she could, so she was on the vibration of her customers. So if I'm inviting people to indulge in a something that's sacred, like a mala, then I need to respect my money and not kind of indulge on little things every day, but save it up and accumulate. So I also know that vibration of like, wow, this is really special.
And it's, you have so much clarity. It's really lovely to hear you say that. And what I love is that every single money frequency has these challenges. It's just that a different frequency. We've all got to take care of money, and we're all maybe a little bit resistant to spend on ourselves, and healers usually give more than they take. It's part of being a healer, but there needs to be a balance in there. So I love that you have this beautiful frequency, and I love that you've got both sides of it. And as we all are, we're works in progress. When you came into the seed program, was there anything that surprised you about, because the seed program is kind of like serious business building? We're actually looking at building businesses that not only are transformational but can reach the people that they're supposed to reach. It's not a therapist model, and we're here to make a difference. The stamp of it is, I'm here to transform, I'm here to make a difference. Let me find my way of doing this and make sure I'm earning money. So with that premise just said, was there anything when you came in that surprised you about what it means, what it takes to run a business?
I really love that it is like a safe container to really explore what it is that wants to come through. So that we could get, so I can get this clarity, for example, which is really good. One thing that I found challenging is the realization of how I can get in my own way. There is a lot of work to do. It's like at the beginning, it's really having a look at what's your vibration, what are your blocks, what are your money beliefs, yada yada yada. So this looking at ourselves, and I became very aware of how I skirt around the surfaces and things, and I found that quite challenging and frustrating. But I also, again, heard in Sally's conversation about how when going into the bud, there's much more of a focus on it. So it would be quite good to do that again with support, so that, no one can force me to look at it, but it's quite good to, if I could do that again, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and thank you for sharing honestly. I think as well, it's not necessarily about going into another program, although we can. It's more about allowing things time. I don't know if you can hear that. Can you hear that noise? It's just started to absolutely pour with rain here. Okay. So in case there's like a background noise, it's tipping it down. It's time. Time brings the clarity, and time brings the focus. And as we grow our businesses, we grow. And as we grow, our businesses might change too.
And also, within, like, I also learned that it's okay that I couldn't look at these things really head on, because it's my protection mechanism. So within this romantic archetype, which I feel is very heart-based expression of care, I really need to put that on myself. I really need to honour that and nourish that care for myself, which is part of being gentle with myself if I can't get all the answers.
And you know what? For all of us, every single one of us, where we struggle is where we is it a bit like that saying that I'm going to misquote it terribly here, but where there's a crack in the pot and you fill it with gold, but that's where the light gets in. So I always believe, and I see often, that my weakness is my strength. Our weaknesses are our strengths, because that's where we learn. So when clients come to you, Bille, you're going to have such, or as they come to you, you're going to have such empathy for them, because they're going to be a little bit like you. And even if you don't say it, they'll just know that you're holding this sacred space for them. And that's sometimes where we need to kind of also embrace what we're not so good at, where we fall down the holes, because we can have great empathy for somebody else, because we're humans.
That really came through very clear when I was driving on, I think, maybe day 2. That I was, because you've shared that before, that it's not about you being a flower essence practitioner and me making jewelry. It's the other stuff. It's more of our vibration. And I was like, people don't come to us specifically for what we do. It's because of the codes and the frequencies we hold. So it's kind of what you're saying there.
Beautiful way of saying it. Yeah. Thank you. Wow. Beautiful. So, is there anything else you'd like to share before we say goodbye? Is there anything else your romantic archetype wishes to just share out into the world?
No, I don't think so.
You're good to go. Well, thank you so much. I think you've done a wonderful, wonderful job, not the right word, but it's the phrase of sharing with everybody what it means to be you and what it means to hold this frequency and how beautifully you're doing it. So thank you so much, Bille.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I will just share, if it's okay, that if anybody is resonating with me and would like to connect with me, that my Facebook page is Truth Codes. And so do come and join me there.
Absolutely. Thank you for reminding me to ask you. Absolutely. The Truth Codes. You've got an Etsy shop as well, haven't you?
I do, yeah. So again, if you type in Truth Codes, all one word, into Etsy, that's how you can find my shop.
Excellent. Yay. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you, everybody. You've got some nice comments, so please go and have a look. Yay. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.